So the year is coming to an end. In fact, we're counting around less than 50 days to the end of the year. How much have you developed yourself? How much capacity have you developed? Because in 2025, it's going to be about what you have, that you can actually attain some certain positions, especially as it concerns work ethic, and the likes. We have with us in the studio Daniel Ukwu is Executive Director, Daniel Ukwu Leadership Foundation. He's going to be speaking to us about human capacity development and leadership. Good to have you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you
Good
very
morning,
much,
sir.
Charles.
So, I mean, just as a way of talking a little bit about human capacity development, just give us an overview of what it means.
Well, Charles, when you talk about human capacity, just like you now developing yourself, I don't know how far you must have developed yourself on this radio, TV activity, but you find out that development is stages. You get to a stage that you say that you can now say yourself, you can now see yourself as a professional, that you have developed the competency. Because it's not easy. When we talk about leadership failure in this country, there's nothing about that. Most of those leaders don't have the capacity. Because number one is, what is the problem and what is the solution? The moment you offer the solution, I mean, you've gotten the capacity. But if you don't offer the solution, there's no capacity now. Okay, let me give you in terms of football. Series of all these professionals have been appointed as a coach, as a this thing. But I found out that at the end of the day, most of them are failing. Because yes, they are professional footballers when it comes to, but managing human being is not as good as, because as a professional, is key to you. But when it comes to managing human beings and getting results, that's where the issue lies. Because not every person can manage human beings. It's just like some people believe it's either you shape in or shape out. No. Managing human beings, there are some people who, it's just like, when they say digging gold, you don't just start digging gold and getting results. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of purification. And then one thing about human development, that you must have the capacity to recognize potentials or skill. It's just like if you go to a field of play where people are playing, if you are very observant, within a space of time, those that have skill. It's natural. It doesn't, even the way they will dribble, the way they will, that yes, this is a star. And that's what one of these, is it Bonfrey Joe or whatever. When he came, he was able to identify those talented Okocha, them, Nnamdi and all these gifted, without sentiment. There's a difference between picking people purely on merit, than is my brother, this one is from Enugu State, this one is from Imo State. No. When sentiment comes in, professionalism is relegated to the background.
Right.
Okay. So how does human capacity development help or relate to leadership effectiveness?
Yes, when you develop your capacity now, you just like some of this training workshop we run, it's beyond giving you that certificate, but it's also the ability to perform, because leadership is an opportunity. It comes your way. It's just like my good friend who was in urban radio, and now he comes here. I'm sure before he comes here, there's level of capacity that you expected from him, beyond just and then that capacity is how do you manage human beings? How would this signature be taken to the next level? I mean, that's the essence. You don't bring him. And then when you read about Dele Carnegie, you discover that what he said about how human beings are developed, how that the people that has developed, that they were not millionaires before he came across them. That is after they came across him, then he made them millionaires. So his ability to, what does somebody want? It's just like somebody like JJ, all this kind of one. You know, before, they were just like raw material. And they built their capacity, they developed their capacity. You know, one thing we have problem, our environment doesn't have that capacity to build people. And you find out that when they go outside Nigeria, because you know what you don't potentially don't recognize, you don't value it, and then you don't appreciate it. In short, there's something I read about recognition. Any gift you doesn't recognize, you won't appreciate it, you won't value it. But when you see that somebody just like you now, I don't know your capacity. If you are good at doing this job, and then now that you are very good, all they are training, how would they, build your capacity so that, because it's like growth. You must grow from one level to another. It's just like we have primary school, secondary school, university, you do your masters, you do, all the same is one person, or nothing else. It's just, what are they trying to do? They are building your capacity in terms of when it comes to intellectual.
But again, I just wanted to ask this question because it's something that has been bothering me, especially as it concerns our political leadership. Do you think that it is lack of capacity, that is why we have successive presidents since 1999 that has really never done so much for the growth and development of the country?
Yes, if you are sincere to yourself, you know that is capacity. You see, when leadership is involved, first of all, what is at stake? What is the problem you are trying to? Not your own definition, or and that's where we're having problem, because we went to America to import democracy. It's not our own product. And then they now left the principle behind program and then come to Nigeria to practice Nigeria democracy. It doesn't work so. And then you see the master, like US, I don't know, I've taken time to study about, I think there are 250 something, they have practiced democracy. Yeah. I've taken time to study all their presidents from beginning to the end. You find out that when you study somebody like Abraham Lincoln, you find out that he's the most outstanding, because when he came, it's just like this problem we're having in Nigeria now. Before you can solve Nigeria problem now, you must be able to address love, unity first. Not all this. You find out, I may not be able to mention them now, but the other, the last before this came, he was addressing northern problem. This one now came, he was addressing Western problem. No, that's not leadership. If you say you are leading Nigeria, you solve problem. You first of all bring human beings together, a common table. Let's reason together. What is their problem? And then when somebody is saying he's marginalized, you find out that why is he marginalized? How do you address that problem? Because without addressing that, you don't get that person's concept. It's not something you use a fire brigade approach. No, it's human beings. Bring them together. This represented this represented. Said, okay, we are talking about Nigeria. First of all, do we have what is even Nigeria dream? Do you have anything called Nigeria dream? But we copied from America, and America has an American dream. Charles, what is our Nigeria dream?
I don't know really.
You see, when you copy something, you must copy it right. The problem we copied from America. Number one, we must have what is called Nigeria dream. What is Nigeria dream? As far as I'm concerned, we don't have any dream. It's just like try and error this thing. No, you must have a dream, and it's from dream the reality will come on board. Because before I know your boss, before he talks about establishing this signature, he must have been dreaming that one day he will be able to. And today, signature is on board. It's a dream now. Without a dream, how do you, I don't know. So
generally, isn't a dream supposed to make the people in the country feel good, feel better at every turn?
It's a dream. That's why, as a leader, when you come, your own is to sell what is your understanding, what is the vision. Now it's no more a dream. It's just like a vision. I don't know whether if you have read this Abraham Lincoln speech about. And then he was talking about, because it's just like what we're having in, because before you must solve human problem, you must bring them together. You must make them reason together. You must make them see that, yes, this is the common objective. This is where we are going. Not that, you see, because if you say, you know one thing about leadership, people want to follow a leader. Not necessarily because they love that leader, but it's like they don't have any alternative. So anywhere you go, people tend to follow you. It's just like now your MD. There are certain things he may say. You may not like it as an individual, but in as much as you are working here and you are under, because it's like somebody under control, you are bound to follow him. But when you get out of this place, you know, it does happen now. Yeah. When there are certain things you will do, now just look. There's nothing you can do. You can't resist it, because you are kind of under control, or like you're on this roof now. You know, when you get outside, they say sky is your limit. Then you cannot do whatever you like. But in as much as is, and that's why you see some of these governors or whatever, maybe they have a deputy. The same thing happened in Enugu State here. You begin to wonder whether Sullivan was not in the government of Chimaroke. But I believe he has studied the man, he has studied, so that knowing that confronting the man is committing suicide. You know, there's level you commit your boss is committing suicide. So a wise person will just play a role and then just feel I don't care until when you have that opportunity. And that's exactly what happened. If you know Sullivan very well, I'm just been mentioning his name just to show you that leadership is something that, because leadership is an opportunity. And then when you have that opportunity, that's when you can now take your own discretionary decision. Or you can now say, this is where you are going. But in the moment you're under somebody, you're about to follow the person, whether you like the person or not.
Right. What for you are the peaks of identifying somebody who has a capacity to lead?
No, you see, when you see people from their reaction, you know, I don't want to sound political, but but when you look at somebody like Peter Obi, let me be very specific. You look at him, you know that he's somebody who can solve a problem. You know that somebody who has no problem of Nigeria, that if he's given this opportunity, he will transform this country. It's not something that you play game. It's not something that is natural.
But how do you identify these kinds of people? Because again, I mean, for the life of me, we can just pin back to what he did in Anambra State. Is it always going to be about what somebody has done that you can say he has a capacity, or by what they do, or by just appearance, or by what they say? I mean, we haven't tested him to become president, but we have seen and heard him say things. But that does not mean that he would be a good president if he becomes.
You know one thing about leadership. It's just like what is in the Bible. When you are faithful in little things, you know, at times when they give you little things and you are faithful, it's just like now, Charles, they will now say, give you, as Christmas is coming, give you some bags of rice, go to your village and distribute. You know, there are some people you give the same bags of rice. They will just go and keep it by the side. They will not distribute it. And there are some people you give it that. I'm just giving little example now. And there are some people you give that bags of rice to go and distribute to the. They will see. They will not. They might not be perfect, but they will do it judicially. You see, leadership is not something. Leadership is like accounting or mathematics. It's either you know it or you don't know it. It's not a question of, it's just like what is happening when somebody has come on board. He said, give him time, give him time, give him time. Give him time from now till the next century. Nothing will come out of that giving him time, because you see, it's like your first 1 year. If you don't if you don't show impact, the other things we are just, because while other people surrounding him are not interested in whether the man is performing, they are interested in their position, so that, because if they know that if the man leaves, their job is so they will push it. Let's give the man time. There are no time. You have seen some people that come after 4 years, you give them 8 years, and after 8 years, it's still the same story. So there's nothing like giving somebody time. It's, even if, for me, after 3 months, if the person does not show capacity, it's like there's nothing the person. But it's true now. It's true. But it's true.
3 months.
Even the first one month you enter there, you have to, if you don't show any capacity, there's nothing you can do. Because that's, it's like there's something. See,
Right.
you see, one thing about leadership, it's not something that, it's what you say. It's not what you do. It's what you say first. Because if you have a vision and share the vision, that is the people following you now. Okay, let me give you an example. Just like our present governor in Enugu State. If you watch, he's not a man of sitting down, talking. It's in short, I don't know, I don't want to praise him, but I think he's doing well. Because why am I telling you this? There was a time I went to this conference table, not sometime this year, and then I did a video that this place had been abandoned by successive government and all the rest of it. But just last week I still went back because what I saw there, I was so impressed to do another video to say that massive work is going on this. You see, leadership is not something you cover. It's like a pregnant woman. You can't cover it. It's either you know what you are doing, you don't know what you are doing.
So, what are the key traits of leaders who effectively nurture talent and drive personal growth?
No, you must identify. It's just like somebody like me. When I see talent everywhere, even when I go to secondary school to talk, I don't know. I think it's a gift. It's not every person has that gift. For you to see talent, and then it's a gift. Let me use it that way. And that's why some people, it's either you worship them or you do it. But when you see somebody, and one thing about talent, those people that have talent, real talent, they're always very stubborn. Very stubborn to the core. I don't know why God made it. So the only thing that if you notice those people, you have to mellow down with them. You have to. Do you understand?
Right.
You have to mellow down with them. That's the difference between a black man and a white man. If you look at all these foreign coaches, they're interested in your skill, what you can deliver. Whether you smoke or you chase women or this one, it's not that one is a side attraction. They're interested what is bringing us together. Like now, I'm here now. What is bringing? Because there's always something that is bringing us together. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. I'm here today. What has brought me here? Is it not because my lifestyle is different from what is happening here? Do you understand? So when you focus on that lifestyle or the person's skill and leave the person's lifestyle, there's always a skill, and then and that's why you see some of these players, just like somebody like Eti. I have to mention his name because this young man is a gifted player, but because he was in a wrong environment and people were focusing. There's a difference between focusing on weakness and focusing on strength. When you focus on somebody's strength, you are likely to get a better result than when you focus on somebody's weakness. Because weakness is like, it's just like it's the name weakness. But when you focus on somebody's strength, you consider whatever he does, you are not interested. But what is he delivering? It's just like this job we are doing. There are some people that has capacity. They may have weakness of coming too late or doing something that is funny. You just overlook them. But some people, they'll be hammering on those, even in relationship.
There are different types of leadership. We have the traditional leadership. We have the educational, institutional leadership. We have the political leadership. We have, several types of leadership. Religious leadership. I'm just wondering, with what you have seen across leadership in the country, with all of these leadership across different spectra, do you think that Nigerians are a reflection of the leaders, of the capacity of the leaders that we have today?
Yes, now there's no way your leaders can be different and you'll be different. You see, because leadership is an influence, and influence is everything. Because your leader influences you. So whether you like it or not, he must influence you. Even if he doesn't influence you, he will be forced to influence you because he's your leader, he's representing you. And that's why when you go to certain environment, you see, or before, I know it might be a leader. Let me use some governors. Because leadership, you must influence your followers. There's no, I don't know how to put it, because one thing about leadership, Charles, as you are now, those working with you, they will study you very well. know what you like and what you don't like. If you are the one that is always carrying Bible, you see some of them, they will start carrying Bible. Not that because they like Bible. If you are the one that goes to church, I'm just giving you an example. If you are the one that goes to church every time, they will follow you to your church. Especially when you get to a certain level, especially when you become, let's say, like a governor, or because they want to be in your good book. If you are the one that is always talking about women, they have to dance. They will study you, know what you like, because when they know what you like, they will follow you what you like, and that's the only way they become they become compatible with you. If you are always talking about Bible and then you no, they have to follow you. They will drop whatever the idea their own and then follow you. They say, okay, you know, there was a time in CCBN in Enugu here. It just happened. They've studied their oga, so each time when they go out for lunch, they will be discussing, issues that has to do with a woman, and then immediately they come back from lunch. We discover it was when the fraud happened. After the fraud happened, they will start investigating when did this happen. The discovery was now only that it was they were committing those fraud, or they were pushing those papers after they have come back from lunch, because they have gisted the man, they've set the man up. So immediately anything you bring, the man will just sign. Anything you bring, the man will just sign. Anything you bring, and 90% of those transactions that happened, it was after lunch, because when you go with subordinates, because you see, they are more intelligent than you. You are seeing it, you are going out lunch with them, but for them, they are seeing it as an opportunity. Nah, this man, and among themselves, they'll be saying it. Yeah, if you if you study human being, you must get human being. Now, there's always something that interests human being.
Absolutely.
There's always something that interests you. Like now, I don't know what interests you, but if I stay close with you under 1 week, I will tell you what is. If you want to follow Charles, this is where you follow Charles.
At some point, I mean, we're going to come to that point where we will now start asking ourselves whether every leader that have
recording in progress,
especially in our society, the society deserves that particular leader.
Well, not really, but there are certain leaders that will emerge. There's nothing you can do, just accept them. I'm using myself as an example.
If you say this, the leadership is a reflection of the people, then the people deserve the leaders that they have anyway.
No, there are certain leaders you have, not that you deserve them, but that's why if you want to know this fact you are just talking, just go and sample some people about Trump. Many of them don't want Trump, but it's like Trump has come up as their president. They don't have choice. I don't know whether you have some people, if they see, but that's why at times they say majority carries the vote. You find out that at times it's not always the majority vote that is right. But when majority, it's just like after the election, they say go to court, and then a leader has emerged. You'll be suffering yourself if you continue to bear grudges, because number one, you are not respecting that person as an individual. There's a difference between you as Charles now, and then when you are occupying certain position, people will respect you because of the seat you are occupying. One thing, it's just like state governors. When you're occupying the seat of a state governor, it's not you as a person. So many people are not interested in you, but that seat you're occupying, because they know from that seat, that's where you derive your authority. And that's why, so when you become a leader at a certain level, people are not following you because of who you are. They are following the seat you're occupying. And that's why the moment you leave that seat, I remember when we were in the bank, as Christmas is coming, some people would not say they will do this. But when they know that you are going on transfer, and especially if you are not in their good book, they say, okay, wait, I understand this man is going on transfer. Another person is coming. But if you are in their good book, whether anywhere you go, they will bring that gift to you. So there's a difference between you and the seat you're occupying, and that's what leadership is all about.
So the society that we are today not every society deserves the leaders that they get.
And not every society deserves, but there are some leaders, there are some leadership, there are some what you get, not you actually, because it's like cumulative now. Like some leaders you get, is not that you want them, but
Just as if it matched.
yes, they have emerged. It's not like what Trump now. If you sample people's opinion, some people, but he has emerged. He has emerged.
All
So and then you can't throw him away.
All right. Ukwu Daniel Nkemakola, many thanks for your time today. He's Executive Director, Daniel Ukwu Leadership Foundation. We truly appreciate your insights on today's program.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we've been speaking about human capacity development as it relates to leadership. I hope you've learned a thing or two regarding this. And I hope that at some point, I mean, anyway, you would have some way to develop skill to lead a people. If you're not leading, maybe in your office, you're probably leading in your family. I mean, if you're a woman, you lead as a mother. If you're a man, you lead as a father. And maybe even in church as well. So everybody should try as much as possible to develop capacity in that direction. Many thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate you. We're connecting to Abuja, where they will take it off from here for another hour of an interesting discourse. And thereafter, we'll have sports at 11. My name is Charles Pius.